I hope y'all can hear me. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well. I missed my stroll this morning. All right, I'm out and about right now. Catching me a little evening stroll. You know how we do. You know how we do. I hope everybody's doing well. A little nippy out today. Out on this little trail we got out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, out on the walking trail. Nice little walking trail in the middle of the city. Hope you spend some time with your loved ones tomorrow in this holiday season, this Thanksgiving holiday season. All right. I don't have to state the obvious if we know what, they talk about Thanksgiving is, or, why the holiday was created and all of that. But we turned it into something else. We turned it into celebration. You see what I'm saying? I like to talk health, wealth, and relationships. So we're going to strengthen our family bonds and relationships with family and friends and have people over that may not have family near them, okay? Or have, maybe their family's passed away or whatever the case may be. So spend that beautiful, wonderful time with your family. Strengthen those bonds, But that ain't what I want to, talk about today. And if anybody wanted to jump on, feel free. I'll be walking for a few minutes till I meet a small goal of mine and get on back in and finish handling business. But I've been talking a lot relationships, a little bit of health here and there. Now it's time to transition. Let's talk about some money. Yeah, I got on that green today. So let's talk about some greenbacks and how you can make some. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's see how some effective ways, and speaking of that, I might have run across a little something here. Hold on. Is that a little bookhouse thing right there? Stand by. Is it? No, it looks like there's something for the birds. Okay. So it's telling me to keep talking this finance thing. Because there's these little I call them little book houses that are in a lot of cities. I forget the actual name of them. I have to look it up. But people go put free books in there. And when they get, and you'll see them in your neighborhoods. You probably don't even realize they're there. And it's a book exchange. It's a free book exchange. So for those of you who don't know, I'm anonymously in the resale market. Yep. Been doing it for a little bit. Yes, it works. It's effective. Okay. Now, what resale market am I in? I'm in the media resale market. Primarily media. Okay? Not clothes, shoes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. And there's a reason for it. There's only so much of this game I'm going to give you, so much of the sauce you're going to get because the ingredients to the sauce cost. You know what I mean? Y'all pause for a minute as I cross the street in this crosswalk here. These people stop for me. All right. Thank you there. I ain't running. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. There's a resale, market. Oh, look at that. It lit up when I walked through it. Right on. They knew I was coming through. Where that can be profitable for you. But I'm one that can be sort of a buzzkill for some people that are real salesmen. I don't consider myself to be a salesman. Okay? I'm not going to shoot you a line of bull. I'm not. Can't look myself in the face in the mirror in the mornings. Can't look you in the face if I ever run across you. Especially if I know you. See, let me give you some things that some of these internet folks that selling courses do. And I'm not begrudging them or talking bad about how they conduct business. But I'm pretty sure those of you who bought a course or two or attended a free live where they're giving you some gaming instructions, you'll see this tactic. And this is why I said what I just said. And one of the talking tactics is, hey man, you got all these people on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on your TikTok, on your Facebook. Man, that's your selling market right there. That's not a lie. It is. It is. The problem is, are these people that let me correct that. Are you a person that people like, know, and trust? The last word is more important to me than getting your money. Trust. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. There it is right there. See? Let me show it to you what I was talking about. Littlefreelibrary.org is what it's called. And y'all look at this. See that? Okay? They got them everywhere. All right? And there's some potential cash in there and it's free. You know. But I'm a good, honest person. I wouldn't just go raid the whole thing after I go through my app to tell me whether they were valuable or not and just leave it empty. That'd be foul. You know, I don't live like that. You know what I'm saying? I do my best to be as honorable as possible. That's not a hard thing to do in my opinion. But many people don't do it. Back to the points though. That last word is trust. Like? Okay. You ain't gotta like. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta like a person that you getting game from. Many people that you got a lot of information and knowledge from, you probably didn't like them. Know them, that's another one I wouldn't put too much stock into. Knowing someone, see, I take things for what they actually mean. Okay? Like, know, and trust. There's a lot of people on Facebook on here, they don't know me. Okay? I've never met some of them. But I accept friend requests all the time. I ain't got no problem with that. This is a public platform. No issue. Because what I share, the rest of the world gonna see. I ain't got no real issue with that. If I don't want to share, I don't put it out. Or I don't say anything. It's really simple. The last one is that T, man, that trust. How can you trust somebody you don't know? How can you trust somebody you don't like? Okay? I'm talking philosophy here. However, it is directly tied to selling points to get people to invest in you as a person or your product. Okay? That's why if you ever notice, many people's no refunds. And to be honest, I get it. I get it. That's not a bad strategy, to be quite honest with you. And you probably can't see me much because it's a little dark. I hadn't lit up these little things on this side. They didn't know the king was coming through. They'll light them up later on my way back. But, lost my train of thought there for a second. It'll come back in a moment. How y'all doing? Watch out, buddy. Mess with nobody's dogs. Okay. Anyhow, the trust piece. That trust piece is heavy, man. And you're gonna have to touch my screen here in a minute to see what my distance is, so I don't go too far. Get on back and finish handling my evening. But I'm talking this philosophy piece about sales and money. Okay? Hey, how you doing? Because the key to me is you want repeat consumers. And you want people to say, man, it didn't work out for me, but it could work out for you. That's an honest person. They didn't lie to me. Everything was up front, out in the open. Okay? Of course, you're going to get people that's probably going to say, oh, it's a scam. Yeah, whatever. You got to go by majority rule. Okay? I live by that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have people that's bitter for whatever reason and whatever you do. I don't care if you're in business or not. People just ain't gonna like you for whatever reason, okay? Whatever lot in life they're in, or they just might not like your face. I don't know. You know, it's not something that's gonna stop me from moving. You know what I mean? But the media part of reselling, I should say, is the most profitable market on the net. Let me say that again. Reselling media is the most profitable market on the net. Let me hit it one more time for Umar Johnson. Reselling reselling media, is the most profitable market on the net. Period. Specifically, books. Okay? Now, when I say media, okay, you can interpret media in several different ways. But there's three forms, 3 forms of media that I focus on. Number one is the one I just said. Books, new or used, doesn't matter. And there are categories that I stay away from. Okay? But we're not going to talk that today. I'm just giving you an introduction on the course that I'll be presenting very, very soon. Okay? So, books, believe it or not, DVDs. Yeah, I said it. DVDs. And even, believe it or not, CDs. CDs is way down, but it's up there. It's better than even vinyl. People think there's a vinyl revolution. Whatever. You ain't gonna make no money. Okay, and it's very fragile. And you gotta protect them and all that kind of stuff. Good luck with that. How you doing? All right, I think this is my turnaround point. Right here at the stop sign and go back. You know, check my mileage. I ain't going further than this. All right. Boom. So, you're good. You're good. Thank you. Okay. So, that is a fact, and I can prove it, and I will prove it for anyone that is interested. And I know one of the bigger questions anytime you want to start a business off is, what are the startup costs? You can start doing this with less than $100. Not a lot. Okay? There are some things that you must know, though, that if you want to be profitable and maintain it, then you have to have some discipline in your life. Okay? There's people that's been in this business 10, 15 years, maybe even 20 years, and they stick to it because they're disciplined and they're focused. There are others that get in and they're crying, man, that market is dead now. Amazon and eBay, they got so many restrictions and rules. Wah, 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 blah, blah, whatever. Okay? I'll show you better than I could tell you. You know what I'm saying? Here's another piece of game I'm going to give you about that market. And then I'm going to switch over and talk some health and relationship before I end my walk here. Here's the thing, okay? Let me get my train of thought back. When it comes to that market, and I know it's a little dark out here, I'm still here. You see my reflective belt? My trusty old Army reflective belt, I'm still here. I'm still safe. It's just a little dark out on this trail. In that market, that's what I was going to say. In that market, if you're looking to be a multimillionaire or thousandaire, then you got to put in some more work. You got to put in a little bit more than $100. A lot more than $100, to be quite honest with you. Okay, there's ways for everybody to enter that market. All right? You get out of it more than what you put into it. I'm going to say that again. You get out of it more than what you put into it. I don't have my glasses on, y'all. So y'all forgive me. I could see some people in here. Hold on. Oh, man, I'm sorry, y'all. But good evening. I see you in the building. I appreciate you for showing up and making a comment. But in that market, you get out of it more than what you put into it. And if you just join, I'm talking about the resale media market on the internet. And that's where I'll be presenting, courseware on ways to enter that market. All right. For a little than $100, depending on how much you want to gain from the market. Okay. There are different ways to get into it. All right. It is profitable. You can look at it as profitable like this. You can have your 9 to 5. You could be working your government job. You could be a teacher. You could be a policeman. You could be whatever. You could be a soldier. Okay? And in your spare time, you could be picking up this media, these books, these DVDs, these CDs. You could pay little less than nothing for them. I'm not going to go over price points today. Okay? But sometimes you get them for free. People just get the stuff away because they want to clean out their closet or whatever the case may be. All right? There are different avenues to where you can gain revenue. All right? It may not be a whole bunch for you, if you don't want to put the time in, and then you don't want to put a lot of money in. But think about it this way. There are so many different avenues of approach for you to get into the market, and there are different avenues to where you can gain profit. What do I mean? One avenue of profit is it might not mean much to you. It may take care of one bill. You see? You'll say, hey, man, shoot, man, I ain't getting $1,500 a month. It ain't worth my time. And okay, right on to you. Thank you for coming on board, sharing, and may peace be upon you. All right? But somebody else will say, you know what? Man, this could take care of my cable bill for the little bit of time I spend a week or in a day or whatever. I could do this. Yeah, for sure. You see what I'm saying? Think about that. All right? If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, sorry, this ain't it. I don't do those, okay? And I don't believe in them, to be quite honest with you. It's like fool's gold. Or if you ever saw the movie A Rage in Harlem, Baking Money. That was a wonderful scene in the movie A Rage in Harlem. We're going to bake some money. These old get-rich-quick schemes. That's not what it says. No. Anybody that's known me, and when I say known me, been around me, we've worked together, or you know me from back in school or whatever, I don't live in a dishonest manner. And I got a little bit of light. Let me see what that is. Oh, that's our sister Kenny T. What's up, good sister? Just out the way. Yeah, she's a avid exerciser and walker. Who else is that in there? Okay, I can't see everybody else. I'm blind. It's about 4 bats and 2 moles. Anyhow, if you want to level up from that and say, well, shoot, I want a little bit more than gas money, then you move up. Okay? Yeah, there's ways to do this stuff. Somebody coming back on skateboard. All right, man. But, I don't know what the brother said. Yeah, there's ways to do it. Get close to the... Yeah, there's ways to do it. And I'm here to show you. Now, I'm not the ultimate guru. There are some questions I may not have the answer to, but I can surely get you the answers. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to introduce you to it. And let me tell you what a few focus groups I'm working on. It doesn't mean you can't be a part of these are people or groups of people that may find it more beneficial than others. Elderly, disabled, someone who's just looking for, something to ease off these little taxes if you make a lot of money. You know what I mean? Some of you who make too much money say, man, I need something as a tax break. And this ain't breaking the law. No. You get something as a tax break, it definitely helps. Okay? And then also, of course, like I said earlier, if you just want to put some serious and get some buku cash out of it, get some dollars, it works for everybody. I am living proof. Okay? I am living proof. The stuff that let me give you one example when it comes to dollars and cents. All right? So if you go out today, what am I close to? I think there's a Hardee's down the street. If I go down to Hardee's, they give me a little simple. Value me. I promise you. Any city across America, I don't care if you go to the cheapest city in the world, in America, excuse me, you're not going to spend no less than $5 for a value meal, okay? That's either true or false. Y'all can correct me in the chat unless you got some kind of coupons. All right? Y'all excuse me as I pay attention across the street and not get hit. That is not fun. Been there, done that. All right? Here we go. So, what I'm saying is, that money that you spend can triple. That $5 you spend on that value meal, let's just say you got $15 back. You know, all you're going to do is create a BM out of what you just ate, but you could turn that into some profit. All right? You could definitely do that. And you don't even realize that this profit is sitting around you. It might be even sitting in your house. You see? It takes time, effort. Okay? It takes time, sure, to get started off, kick you off. But once that thing picks up, ain't no turning back as long as you stick with it. Like I said, I'm living proof. And I waited to make sure that anything that I invest in like this, that I bring to the public, to the people, is legitimate. And again, everybody's not going to want to get with it. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I don't expect everyone to. I expect some people to kind of poo-poo at it or whatever. One thing you won't say it coming from me is I'm here to scam you. That's one thing you won't say about me. Okay? You may say the program seems kind of this, that, and the other, but you won't say that I'm scamming you. You'll never say that. If you say that, then you're lying. This is a flat 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Let me end off and talk about, you know what, I'm going to finish up with finance. Okay? Talking finance. Because you know we're getting into that season where people are going to go into debt, you know, for the Christmas holidays, or for those of us that celebrate a Rosh Hashanah. I will be definitely going heavy on the Rosh Hashanah and the meaning that foundational Black Americans created here recently, within the past few years. Okay? Our own holiday. All right? We created it ourselves. All right? And this ain't no fringe stuff. This ain't no group thing. This is something acknowledging our lineage. Nothing wrong with that. The other folks that do that as well, and I celebrate them too. All right? People got Hanukkah and all these other holidays. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with foundational Black Americans having their own as well. Okay? But wouldn't it be great if you had a way to subsidize some of that income and say, man, I can count on this. All right? And here's another piece of the game I'll give you. In Amazon and eBay are the primary markets. Amazon being the number one market. All right? The number one market for media retail. Even people doing clothes and stuff like that. Now I'll go into detail on why media is numero uno, primarily books. We'll do that another time for the family that wants to come join on my YouTube page once I get my weight up. I don't have no subscribers on there. You know, I got a few. But I need some more subscribers to be able to go live and then be able to do long form content. So I'd appreciate it if you went over to YouTube and just looked up my name. Okay? There's only one of me. Anybody else is an imposter. My picture's on there, Mr. Ishmael, or you put all things Mr. Ishmael and you'll see me on there. Just subscribe. I only got 2 videos on there for now. I plan to put more. But that's where we're going to lead off this thing, talking finance, health, and wealth. Definitely for this financial course that I'm putting together for you to be able to earn some income. All right? As I always say, give you a little bit of sauce, but the ingredients to the sauce cost. All right? And you should want to do that. You should know, and people will understand this later. I'm about to get into some of that business philosophy. I'm not going to do that. And I'll give you a little bit of my credentials. I do have a business degree. I have an associate's in business. Now I have a master's in leadership studies from the University of Texas at El Paso. My business degree is from Excelsior College. Okay? So, you're not getting this from a charlatan. Okay? I'm putting these skills to work. So, alright family, I'm going to go and end it right here. See if I need to go a little further, if I meet my goal, because it's getting a little dark. Love chatting with y'all, love talking with you all. And again, please do me a favor. Go over to my YouTube page. I'm going to put it in the comments here. Once I'm done, subscribe, ask others to subscribe if you appreciate this content. And as I always say, if you can't be good at it. Happy holidays. Out of here.